Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield, talking to three of the biggest stars in the West End. I'm delighted to be back. And Mamma Mia, how are you, girls?
We're good, thank you so much.
Really good, thank you.
It's so lovely to be back here. It's only just a few weeks since the 20th anniversary, and you are the chosen cast to star in the biggest year of this show's history, really.
We are the only people that turned up to audition.
Yes.
Which did narrow it down somewhat.
And they did allow me to stay.
This is what I want to talk about. Now, we've got Kirsty, we're going to talk to you in a minute. Miss Mazz, we're going to get to you. But firstly, what did you do for the producers Albany and Bjorn that signed another contract? Because you're the only one that's lasted. The rest have been booted.
I suppose that's kind of slightly X-rated. I will not go there. Actually, no. I think they probably went, she's all right. She's all right. She can stay.
Well, I heard you turn up on time and you don't fall over the furniture.
That is very true. That is very true. I don't fall over the furniture. And, I don't take many sick days. And I think I'm all right. And I look remarkably, apparently, like Julie Walters. So that might have something to do with it. So, yeah. No.
And you're also hugely lovable. From the second you walk out, we fall in love with you too. And we have to. Because the joy of this show, although there's sexy people in Lycra, a third of your age, you're the girls who steal it. And that's true, isn't it? If we don't love you, the show does not work.
That's true. So let's hope people love us in Lycra.
There you go.
Can't say it would be my chosen costume.
Do you not think?
No. But, we rock it. We do our best.
We do, yeah.
Kirsty, tell me about you and coming into this show. I mean, you've all done everything. And for some people in the show, it's their first gig. Imagine walking out on that stage to standing ovations. You girls have all been in so much, and now you're together. Is the chemistry between you three hard to create, or did it just happen naturally?
I think it's really important that it works and that helps the show to work. And I don't think we had too many issues, did we? Oh, you see, it's just love. It's love. No, we got on wrong straight away. Do I think?
You do.
Thanks, excuse us. No, we got on very well straight away. It was kind of,
we did.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. Yeah, lots of mucking around.
Easy transition for me, really.
And these two were brilliant because
easy.
Obviously Ricky has been in the show for a year. Mazz has done the show before. I felt like I was very much the new girl, and they were just open-armed helping me through. So it's been amazing.
How shocking is it the first time you walk out and feel that warmth at the end? Because I don't think there's another show currently on in the West End that has that euphoria at the end. We're so happy. We've got through the depressive stuff we're going to talk about of a mother's love and losing her daughter, and now we're having a party. It must be thrilling.
It's absolutely insane. I have to say, I welled up a little bit the first time I walked out, and we turned to the audience and we walked straight down. It's a wave of kind of joy coming back at you through the fourth wall, and they love it, and that's it's infectious, really.
And it doesn't get old.
No.
Even after 365 days, it doesn't get old. Do you know what I mean? You still enjoy it just as much, and it's still as overwhelming. Even now, I don't take it. Well. Yeah. I don't take it for granted at all. Yeah. When they do that, when the audience respond the way they do, it's fantastic.
There's similarities, of course, between something like We Will Rock You, where you've got this songbook we all know, and that's the problem with this show. On a drunken night, you're going to get them all singing along, which is great, and everybody's going to know every song. You can't make up the words in this show, Mazz. Come on.
No, I absolutely can't, but I'm going to really try. But very similarly to We Will Rock You, these songs are also near impossible to sing. You think you can sing them until you realise how high all the keys are.
They are,
and it's you're either in your boots or it's really, really high. So, but the audience give it a good old crack. They do.
I think for you this is a defining role, because in the past we know you can sing. That's blatantly obvious from the second you open your mouth. This amazing sound comes out. But this is a proper acting role, and if you misjudge it and get it wrong and stick it up, it's not going to work, is it? It's a proper actress's role.
Yeah, it is actually, which is something that I really wanted to do, because I think I've had an easy ride of it. I've just really arrived in leather through the floor generally, and then in Chicago I just sort of sat in the back in a black suit, and there's no hiding here. Right. So it's if you can move people, you've done your job.
And 20 years is no mean feat. We look at the longevity and success of this show around the world, and they're about to open the party, which is coming to the O2. There's no sign anybody's ever going to sick of hearing Dancing Queen or any of these songs. They're just iconic, aren't they?
They are really infectious. And what's really lovely is I watched the show during rehearsal, and in the boxes were some really young girls, probably 18, and from the second the overture started, they were singing along. And it seems to be, it's totally crossing generations now, and the whole family's come, and they all know the music, which is amazing. So let's hope it lasts forever because we're having a lovely time.
And then we look at what you do on stage, and let's face it, I mean, Tanya's basically Jane McDonald, isn't she? If you think about it.
She's, well, you know, let's just say, yeah, she's done quite a lot of cruising. I like to think that. She's travelled. Yeah, she's Jane McDonald with a little bit of Patsy thrown in, you know. No, listen, it's a great part, and I'm loving it. It's she's fun, but you've got to warm to her, and you've got to like her, even though she's a little bit overdone and a little bit glamorous and a little bit, you know, minted, frankly.
And she always gets the guy in the end. I mean, it must be lovely for you. You get a snog every night, don't you?
Me?
She gets the child in
I get the child. Bless him. He's 21, my Pepper. I literally could be his mother, but he's delightful, and all the boys are so brilliant, and we have a great time in that number every night. It's hilarious. Yeah, they're lovely. So
it does sound cliche, but having done 3 companies here, this one in particular is unbelievably jolly. Unbelievably jolly. And it is majority of them, it's their first job. So they're naively thrown into this false sense of we're brilliant. That's what they think. Yeah, but because they have 0 to compare it to. Yeah. So we're going with it, and we're going. No, this actually is as good as it gets. This is
quite a lot to hold up to, though. I mean, really, when you think about it, we've actually got to kind of keep these kids' belief going.
And also you want to give them a wonderful experience, because some of my first jobs were not good experiences through who you were being produced by, directed by, or working alongside, and it can change your future. It really can, and I'm hoping that we are ensuring that they have the most wonderful year
and that they have good habits. They look up to us as well in some ways of how to behave. Yeah. You know, and so they do take a lot from us. So we have a responsibility.
And that whole thing of leading the company is so relevant, and people need to know you've got to turn up and deliver, especially with a show like this. Yeah. I've seen it a couple of times, even on Broadway, where it's just a bit tired and half-assed. It doesn't work. If you don't give it 100% and sell it, it just becomes a bit camp or nonsense, doesn't it, really?
Well, you can rely on the camp and nonsense if you're lazy. And I think it's not good for me. I certainly don't want to rely on that, because it's no fun for me if you're just camping it up. You don't feel good at the end of the day. So I always try and commit as best I can to the show on a daily basis. I really do.
Can I talk to you about jumping on the bed and what this is like 8 times a week? I mean, how is your back and your legs and your inner thighs and things?
Right. I'm all right, and I'm quite a great age. But I'm actually all right.
She scouts.
I'm a scout.
I mean, come on.
Been jumping on beds for years.
Yeah. She's not jumping on beds, she's jumping into a rack.
Greg's.
Yeah. No, I'm actually bearing up physically all right. But then again, we're put through our paces, aren't we, on a daily basis with our warm-ups and everything. Yeah. It's like military training before the show.
I think the women love this show is because they know Tanya, and they know someone like you, and they certainly know someone like you, or at least we want to, and that's the joy of it. 3 friends together who are really incredibly different, who just love each other, and we all dream of that, really, having 2 best friends, don't we?
They also like to see older women being sexy, being loved, getting off with guys. It's nice for women of a certain age to come to a theatre and see us getting all the great stuff. Yeah. Instead, whereas it's usually based on, all on the youth love and young love. Well, this is for middle-aged love. Great. Thanks very much. And I think that's really important.
And is it distracting, Ricky, when you stood in the wings and you got all these young men stood there in the pants?
I think I have to be quiet about that, because I've got some photographs of me surrounded by these boys in these wetsuits or without them, and you're like, that's very nice. Look at my job. It's such a hard job to come to every night. Tough gig.
When you've got somebody like Benny and Bjorn in the audience watching you do their material, is there any more terrifying feeling knowing that the guy who wrote those notes you're trying to recreate on stage?
Of course it's terrifying, but you have to put it aside. Otherwise you just wouldn't go on. Right. And you just have to go, okay, put it aside. They're just punters tonight. It's a hard one. You have to fake it in a way.
And have they been in yet to see you? Because you need to be judged. I mean, I'm going to judge you tonight.
Well, yes and no, they haven't been in yet. So they're clearly giving me a chance to get it right. But yeah, I'm sure it will be very nerve-wracking. But you just have to go, well, it's part of the journey of a character. It's the storytelling, and as long as you commit to that and make it real and make it truthful, I'm sure that they will.
That's true. We're not making a record.
We're not.
You know, we're making we're putting it to a story, and I think, especially Queen did as well, they would embrace a different flavour from something that they've heard over and over and over and over and over. And we hope that it actually can be, if not to their taste, refreshing.
Right. I just saw this show a couple of weeks ago for the 20th, and I couldn't believe how fresh it felt and how great the sound is and how amazing these songs are. And even though this is a pretty simple show technically, it's so magical, and the lighting and those moments where you're in the club and all of that stuff, it's thrilling. And now they've got you in it, Mazz. I mean, there's never been a better voice in the West End than you, in my belief. I think you're absolutely stunning. And again, to hear you sing something like Slipping Through My Fingers, it must be a joy, because it's another new thing that you've got to wow in a different way.
I'm really enjoying it. You know, they're not easy songs, but I'm enjoying the opportunity to sing something different out of my comfort zone, which is very good.
Ladies, I love you all very much. Congratulations. I'll see you tonight. Thank you for your time, and keep being naughty.
Oh, I'll always be naughty. Thank you.